How to win at social media by the power of connection. Welcome to the Soulful and Social Summit, a transformative space where we uncover the keys to success on both the soul line and the goal line. I'm Katja Rusanen, your host, and I am committed helping spiritual entrepreneurs share their stories, shine their light, and succeed on purpose. And joining us today is the founder of Bizgone Social, Lorraine Duncan, who has over 30 years in business and marketing consulting experience. So welcome, Lorraine. I'm super excited to have you join us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
And before we dive deeper into your presentation, could you share with us how social media played a role in shaping your business success?
Yeah, so before I started using social media, I actually had a coaching business and I grew my coaching business with social media. And so people started to know who I was. And then that's when I morphed into a digital marketing agency, which made it a little bit more easier because everybody go, oh, Lorraine Duncan, and Bizgone Social, Bizgone Social. And they kept on hearing, I spent a lot of time with branding and branding Bizgone Social. So I wanted to make sure that whenever somebody heard my name, they connected Lorraine Duncan, Bizgone Social with it. And I've never looked back. And it's so funny, every once in a while when I do an in-person event, somebody go, oh, I don't know you in person, but I've seen you on Facebook or something. So it's always a lot of fun to get noticed that way.
That's awesome. And totally, I connect you as well with your brand. So you've done awesome work there. And now it's time to learn more from you. But first, allow me to properly introduce you. So Lorraine Duncan runs her own digital marketing agency, Bizgone Social, where she advises small businesses how to utilize social media in their marketing and guides them to online marketing solutions, as well as she does the social media management for them. And Lorraine is an author of the book Shout It Out, a social media marketing guide for business owners. And currently she teaches courses on social media and also speaks to groups. And she's also known as the LinkedIn super ninja. And she knows very well the how to win on LinkedIn. So during her presentation, she will teach you how to win at social media by the power of connection. So our audience is surely eager to hear your wisdom. So the stage is yours, Lorraine.
Okay, thank you. So hi, everyone. Of course, I'm Lorraine Duncan, as you know, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the power of connection. And I thought the best way to do that was to be able to connect with you today. And so for decades, we have been communicating with one another. We've been taught that human connection is so important. Just think for a moment. We're born, and immediately we have this bonding with our parents. And then from that, it moves forward to our siblings, our friends, and then, of course, then later on in life, our spouse or significant other, or fast forward to maybe having children and then our kids. I've been interacting with people since I was born, of course, and I've I'm a baby boomer. And one of the things about being a baby boomer is I like that one-on-one contact and that one-on-one connection, the eye contact. And, I'm an extrovert. So I know you introverts out there can only take a little human contact at a time. So we also know that there's been studies on how important connection is. But the bottom line is, for me, I crave human connection. And sometimes I just need a real live hug. So enter social media. What in the world am I going to do with that? Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, she just introduced you as a social media expert. How can you not like social media? Well, so truth be told, I didn't always like social media. I didn't always embrace it. And actually, honestly, I thought it was a waste of time. But then I realized the power of it, the power of connecting with someone that you may not even know. And so I'm going to share this little story. I recognized one day I was on Facebook and somebody tried to connect with me. I had no idea who it was, but it turned out to be one of my grandfather, who now has passed away, one of my grandfather's colleagues. Now, he was my grandfather was a fireman in the fire department, and he became a fire chief. And this was one of his drivers at one point. And then that guy also, his name was Bob. He actually became a fire chief too later on. So the really cool story about that is he connected with me because he saw my maiden name. So I put my maiden name on my thing, which is Lorraine Duncan. And he connected with me. Are you related to that? And then the coolest thing was we started having a conversation, and he shared stories about my grandfather, which were so meaningful to me. And then fast forward, he wrote a book, and he actually shared the book with me. So as you can see, that's when my eyes lit up to the power of social media and the power of connection. So the same rules that apply in person also apply on social media. So today I kind of want to bring you back to the basics, because I think that online today, everybody has forgotten what the basics are really like. So, I can sit here and I could talk about BizGone Social and how great I am, or I can talk about Lorraine Duncan, or I can give you some boring facts and some tactics on social media that I could say that are gonna move you forward. But today I'm gonna do something a little different. I want to be remembered as the girl or the gal who talked about connection. I want to be remembered for the girl who thinks that relationships matter over superficial relationships. So think about this question. The question is that I'm about to ask is, when it comes to meeting someone in person, okay, think about that. I just want you to think. Where is your focus? When you meet somebody for the first time, where is your focus? You close your eyes and then think about, when you meet somebody on social media, what is your focus? Close your eyes, really think about it. Because it's either ourselves or the other person. And it's so easy to forget that we're connecting to another person. So when we meet in person, right, we're connecting to them. So online shouldn't be any different. We need to connect with them on a personal level. We need to talk to them as they're right next to us. And we need to not talk about ourselves and listen a little bit more. And we need to remember that person on the iPhone or the Android or the laptop or the desktop is a real human being. So I want my goal here today is just to get you to think about what that's like, what we should be doing and what we should be focusing on when it comes to social media. So I want to ask you a question. How are you doing with the connection piece? Now, we all know, for those of you who spend a lot of time, for instance, on Facebook, right? We make a post and basically there's nothing there. Nobody engages, nobody talks. So how is that connection piece really working? Let's think about LinkedIn. You connect with somebody, they may connect back, but is there a conversation that's going back and forth? Let's talk about Instagram. Maybe somebody will love your post if you happen to remember to do your hashtags. but is there real dialogue going on? So let's take some, and like I said, I want to bring you back to the basics because I think it's important. So this may sound ridiculous. You're going to say, oh my gosh, the social media girl talked about this, but I'm going to talk about the word thank you. When is the last time you used the word thank you online? And I confess that there are some times where I don't say thank you, and I know I should. I was taught to say thank you. I remember, the first few words that my mom taught me was thank you. And then whenever I went out or went to somebody's house, don't forget to say thank you. Somewhere along the line of that personal interaction and the online interaction, we forgot the piece about thank you. Thank you. Thank people, okay, for something that you read online. That will start engagement. Did you ever read something online that like somebody posted and you resonated so much with it, but you just went on to the next post? Take the time to engage and have meaningful interactions, meaningful relationships online. There's a lot of free content out there. In fact, today I'm going to be giving away something that's free. Say thank you. It's that simple. Katya is like doing a really amazing summit here. A lot of free gifts are involved in this. Say thank you. The next time you read a post that actually moved you forward in your life, say thank you. So I just want you to think about when the last time you thanked somebody for a download. I've only gotten thanked once for a download. Think about that. Just let people know that you're grateful, because I think it's really important that you do that, because that starts a relationship moving forward, and they'll remember you for that thank you, because really a thank you does go a long way. The next thing I want to talk about, there's so many negative, I want to call it negative vibes online. People complaining, people ranting, people talking politics, people talking religion, people talking about their best friend running away, or there's a lot of negative stuff online. And what I want to encourage you to do is encourage people. So how do you encourage someone? Think about it. Think about when you were encouraged when you were smaller. Good job. You graduate from high school. Good job. You graduate from college. Good job. You're always encouraged to move forward, move forward, move forward. And, when's the last time you actually encouraged somebody on their accomplishments? I saw recently that somebody just got their certification for some program they were doing. I congratulated them and told them to just keep on going. You have a chance to do that on LinkedIn, especially that you're always seeing when somebody posts their certificates or something. Just go on and say, hey, congratulations on receiving your degree or receiving that certification. So I want to ask you, how are you doing in that department? Are you genuinely happy for them? And there's the key. Are you genuinely happy for someone's success? Because if you're genuinely happy for someone's success online, you're going to go a long way in creating really wonderful relationships. That I'm going to say this, I'm going to be this bold and say that the relationships that I've created online, some of them have turned into wonderful clients of mine. And so you got to start that way. Forget the tactics, yes, it's good to put, some advertising and stuff online and share, because if you don't share what you're giving away, or if you don't share what you're selling, nobody's going to know that you do it. But make it minimal. Try creating relationships first. So the next thing I wanted to kind of talk about is that, giving back, when you connect with somebody, what happens is that you can give back to somebody by connecting with them. Meaning, like, so how do I mean that? So on LinkedIn, for instance, one of the things that I love to do is when I connect with somebody for the first time, I like to give them something. Okay. And it's not selling them anything. What I do is I remember the conversation we first had when we connected. Usually what I do on LinkedIn is I meet somebody at a real live event, and then I connect with them on LinkedIn. I remember what we talked about. And then I send like a Forbes article or a Business Weekly article on something in their field. And that actually really helps. It really helps the relationship. Oh, wow, they gave to me. So, it's just a way, and they may not give back to you, but guess what? Maybe somewhere down the line, they'll remember, hey, I remember that girl that sent that article. I'm going to share that article, or I know somebody who just needs that. And so it keeps on giving. It keeps on giving. And maybe, every time, like, so when I give of myself online, there's many ways. I have a lot of, free resources that people can have. I give a lot of content with a lot of amazing advice and things to do. And I think it's important that if you're trying to build yourself up as a brand and as a business owner specifically, or maybe someone who's creative and is trying to maybe sell some kind of service or offer a service to someone, that you give some value, and you give a lot of value. So one of the ways with connecting with people is giving that value that's actually going to solve a problem. So you want to make sure that, for instance, that if you're having problems with procrastination, for instance, now I'm just giving like a broad example, then you want to like start posting content. Maybe there's a lot of pain points out there, right? One of the pain points might be procrastination for someone. Or in my case with social media, a lot of pain points is that I don't want to be on social media. I don't, it's like maybe they don't want to be on social media. So you want to be able to hit one of their pain points. Maybe they're overwhelmed about what platform to be on. So you're going to post content, whatever that pain point is. Maybe you're not really good at keeping books, or you're not really good at, whatever that pain point is for the desired outcome, meaning that you're going to give some kind of value in what you do. That's what you want to start talking about online. So you're connecting with people to have a relationship, but then they're connected with you forever online until they unsubscribe or they disconnect with you. And so your content is out there. So think about those people you're connecting with and then add value to that relationship. And I'm every time I've given of myself and with my content or my videos or whatever I'm producing at the time, I really do get something back. But it may not be a monetary something back, but it's always something. I want to share a quote with you right now. It says, "Too often we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have a potential to turn a life around." So if you think about that quote online, we can't touch someone online, but we can touch their hearts. We can touch a nerve. We can always say kind words. We don't have to be negative online. We need to listen. We need to listen to what our ideal client needs. We have to care. If we don't care about the people we're serving, then there's no sense of even being in business for yourself. So, I really love this quote because it really just, yes, it's really based on that personal touch, but you can bring it right into the online world. A lot of you out there know that, well, I should say some of you out there, or who may be listening to this, who may know me, know that I love superheroes. And I think what I love most about being a superhero is that they have superpowers, okay, that help other people. And I love that, because when you're helping other people, connection grows. So I want to encourage you to use that superpower that you have, that one thing that you have that you can help other people with, and then put it online. Put it online. Because why? Because honestly, we need it. We do. We really need your superpower. So do that. So I want to end with this. So tell me what's working for you when it comes to connecting with people on social media? Or is it just a one-way conversation? I don't want you to think of social media as just a brain dumping that you're going to dump on the whole world your stuff. But I want you to think about what you can give to the world. And I honestly think if, I could have talked about so many things today, and I really want to get the message that, remember, there's a human on the other side. And I honestly think that you have the power to reach out to that human being.
Ciao, come stai?
Thank you. And I hope you enjoyed this session.
Wow, thank you. Actually, the last video almost brought tears in my eyes. Like, really, we want to be connected. So I thank you for this thought-provoking presentation for us and the actionable things that now all you can go and do. So I also want to check in because I know you have a gift for participants who want to get to know you and your work even more. So could you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I thought the best gift to do was my content creation and how to create content, because a lot of people don't know what to create. So I have 15 actionable items and tips that you can do to have better content. And I hope that helps everyone. And that's my pure desire to do that.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much for that gift. I'm sure it will help. And now, as we are wrapping up this presentation, I just want to ask, do you have any final wisdom that you want to share with the audience?
Yeah, one final piece of wisdom is remember, it's the same theme that I've been going with. Remember, the person that you're speaking to on the other side is a human being. So you want to touch them with real words, thoughts, and as that you would be talking to somebody in person. And I think if you think of it in those terms, you'll really do really well online.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Lorraine, for your time and all the valuable insights you shared today. And thank you for tuning in and joining us in this enlightening Soulful and Social Summit session. And it's your time to shine, share, and succeed. Until next time.